CBS 4's Joe Flores live at the scene with new information for us.
Marcy, this HEB located off the expressway in Palmview remains closed for a second day in a row following Monday's deadly shooting. And if you take a look this way, you can see Palmview police still have all entrances to the store closed off tonight. Today, the bodies of 6 victims who died were returned to the Rio Grande Valley, and an in-depth examination of the accident scene is the next step for investigators.
Saturday's horrific accident is being considered the deadliest commercial bus crash in Texas in recent years. On the day my photographer and I were shooting this story, we were alerted of yet another tragic ending. Another victim, one of the dozen or so found this year, dying to reach the American dream.
In spite of their struggle to survive, it doesn't take much for an undocumented immigrant to become disoriented while losing their way, like it was for the case of this man who lost his life.
Coyotes trying to make money.
All 3 schools part of the La Villa School District come equipped with an intercom that includes a camera.
Yes, sir, may I help you?
That way, administrators can guarantee who is it that comes in and out of their schools. Un empleado colocó su teléfono en el orificio del techo, escuche usted muy bien, para grabar a personas usando el baño. And little did Irene Garza know that 16th day of April in 1960 that after stepping inside the doors of Sacred Heart Church in McAllen, she would never be seen or heard from again. I'm able to see firsthand how rappellers are able to make summer camp possible for children of Pharr, McAllen, and Edinburgh. Thousands of people come right here to South Padre Island to celebrate their spring break. But the key is, how do you avoid from getting lost from your group of friends in a crowd this big? Marcy, it was here between these 2 hotels where 22-year-old Mohammed Al-Sabai was last seen swimming with friends. Como pueden ver a mis espaldas está un letrero que dice por la avaricia del corporativo, cerramos. Y si seguimos estas flechas nos conducen a la puerta de dicho establecimiento donde dice atención clientes de pronto.
We want sanctuary! We want it now!
As students protested throughout the campus Tuesday, we followed Abraham to the office of University President Guy Bailey, where he turned in their petition.
It is our petition. It is sacred, and you need to let him know that it is something he needs to take action.
The constable's office tells us that once they got to the scene, the donkey had very little chances of surviving, and for that reason, he was put down.
Makes me feel heartbroken, you know, because how could they do that to an innocent animal, you know?
It's just unsanitary.
After contacting the city Thursday, informing them of the issue here in the alley, within a matter of hours, they came out to this affected area and completely cleaned up the mess.
It's interesting it had, you know, come to this, and it took Channel 4 News to make things happen quickly, like the speed of light.
Eric says this time of year is when bees can become more agitated. He says one bee sting can be dangerous, but several can be deadly. Eddie, protesters this morning angry after the Supreme Court's 4-4 decision, chanted things like, no me llames ilegal porque eso no lo soy, meaning don't call me illegal because that I am not. Take a look at what else they had to say.
This is not a fight that we're willing to give up anytime soon.
Our hearts are crushed and our hope is low.
Illegal migration has always been a part of the Rio Grande Valley. Thousands of people a day are fleeing the drug and gang violence in their countries. They travel through other countries dealing with the same exact issue, and then when they get to this point, they have to cross treacherous waters. If they survive, they have to also go through rugged terrain and exhausting temperatures. These ladders found along the existing border wall show the measures some people will take in order to enter the United States illegally.
27-year-old Frank Hernandez Escalante, or Frankie as many called him, might have lost his life in the horrific Orlando mass shooting, but his memory lives on through many.
I still don't want to accept it. I'm still trying to tell myself, you know, maybe he's still in critical condition somewhere. Maybe they got his name wrong.
While El Divo de Juárez, Juan Gabriel, is being celebrated right now in the Bellas Artes Palace in Mexico City, here in Hidalgo, fans are gathering, and as you can see, Eddie, about 40,000 people have made their way across the valley tonight for Ramon Ayala's annual Christmas Posada, and as you can see, they are already starting to hand out the toys currently right now. Tejano memorabilia completely fills every corner of this museum. Fans everywhere have been grieving the loss of El Rey de Rodeo, the king of the rodeo, Emilio Mario Navaira. Padres de familia y jóvenes se dieron cita en la preparatoria Nicky Rowe para informarse sobre los peligros de las drogas sintéticas y cómo prevenirlas. Últimamente, el Departamento de Policía de la ciudad de Midland han visto un incremento en la circulación de billetes falsos. En la mayoría de estos casos, las personas han usado billetes de $5 y $10. Local authorities tell us it's important to know that the ocean's rip currents aren't to be trusted at this current moment. They're pulling me in. What is the main reason why these juveniles are here?
Drugs. The main reason is drugs.
Harlingen PD tells us they chose this specific spot to help monitor public safety. Encuentro con la señora Mari Castañeda y la señora Eloisa Platas, quienes el día de mañana llevarán en caravana a la ciudad de Acuña todos estos víveres que podrán apreciar en sus pantallas a los damnificados. Talk to me visually. What can we see here?
A mess. Humongous. It's awful.
Principal Heath says showing images as strong as these to students should help reduce the amount of fatalities amongst teens here in the valley. 83-year-old Braulio Peña says this was all just an accident. But after this incident, this adult daycare decided for safety reasons to transport all their senior citizens to a local restaurant.
Me iba a parquear aquí, yo no sé cómo me pasó que le di recio.
How is it, just living out on the streets?
Cold, sleepless nights, sometimes hungry.
Firefighters here in Wasaco say it's the bonnet of a hydrant that will determine how many gallons of water it will provide them in the event of an emergency. 2,000 vehicles cross this international bridge in Donna each day. But before you leave the United States, you must first pay this city a new toll price of $3.75. That's just 25 cents more than it used to be. Good morning, Dan and Nicole. It's been a big race for the Donna ISD School Board. Moving the district in the right direction has been the goal for 26 candidates for the past 7 months. Daniel is the special needs child that didn't have a great first time meeting Santa, but that experience has since changed after Good Samaritan offered the family a new photo. The campaign No arriesgas tu vida ni la de tus hijos, or Don't risk your life or the lives of your children in English, focuses on giving hope to the Honduran people. After racial slurs were marked on the inside of a female restroom stall at the UTRGV campus in Edinburgh, many students tell us not only are they upset, but they are concerned about how the university is addressing the issue.
Where you live, don't worry. Don't worry, I'll call the cops on you.
Wednesday evening, Melissa Torres was leaving her home in Mission when she spotted her neighbor committing what she says was an act of animal cruelty.
I turn around, I see him dragging his dog from the middle of the street coming through over here all the way onto the second driveway, and I'm out of my car yelling at him, asking him, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? And he just keeps going, telling me to mind my own business. It's his dog, he could do whatever he wants.
Oh God, all I see is when I close my eyes, her little face, you know what I mean? Her trying to gasp for air, and it's just so helpless.
The video has since gone viral.
Where you live, don't worry. Don't worry, I'll call the cops on you.
It's my dog.
I don't give a whose dog it is.
You don't have to cuss at me, lady. I don't know who you are.
I was really upset. A lot of people told me I should have cut the dog's leash, I should have taken the dog, pushed him off his wheelchair, and I wanted to do all those things, but I have to think with my mind and not my emotions.
Melissa reported the incident to Mission Police after recording the video. 59-year-old Mario Cardona was arrested and charged with animal cruelty.
He voluntarily came along. I mean, we know Mr. Cardona, and he's unique individual.
Just this afternoon, animal control was ordered to remove the female German Shepherd from the home. Melissa's mother says her daughter did the right thing.
I'm so proud of Melissa that she exposed him this way, that she actually confronted him. You know, a lot of people, what they do is they just turn away, they just pretend like they didn't see.
Mission Police say they received hundreds of calls from concerned residents, which prompted their quick action.
You have the welfare of the dog to be concerned about, but it's not so much the community out speaking, it's the amount of phone calls and questions and people calling in. You know, it's one of those things that we're going to have to nip it in the bud now, get it done and over with. That way we can let the courts handle it. Cardona remains behind bars at the Hidalgo County Jail and was given a $10,000 cash surety bond. In Mission, Joel Flores, CBS 4 News and ValleyCentral.com.
Could we just find out whether he's here or has he left? That's all.
You know what? I cannot disclose that. If I do, I get in trouble with my supervisor. And, you know, I got a family, I got to support. I don't need days off.
Members of La Union del Pueblo Entero pleaded with Border Patrol, wanting a moment with Speaker of the House Paul Ryan during his 6-hour stop in the Rio Grande Valley.
Okay, the only thing we're asking you is to please cooperate with us and just
Yeah,
Get back on that side.
Despite their efforts, they were denied. Ryan left shortly after his visit with Customs and Border Protection officers and other Valley leaders inside the Border Patrol Station in McAllen.
We want to actually speak to him so we can go across the street where we have all these people over here expressing their concerns over this border wall.
We don't want him here to go back to Washington and justify Trump's wall.
We are a peaceful, non-violent community.
Without the opportunity to meet with Ryan, organizers handed agents a note in hopes their message would get to him.
We need to bring more opportunities to our region. We need to protect families and update our immigration laws rather than creating a monument to hate.
Their main message, they don't agree with President Donald Trump's idea of a border wall and had hoped that Ryan would get the perspective of the community.
I saw the wall being put up from 2006 to 2009, so I saw it going up, and it's quite a bit upsetting, actually. I mean, it's like, why should people here have to put up with something that nowhere else in America would they have to put up with such nonsense?
Not only will it hurt our economy, it will hurt eventually the whole country's economy. We need no walls, we need bridges.
In McAllen, Joel Flores, CBS 4 News and ValleyCentral.com.